So
that would be
the fun thing that I noticed as Anita and I were talking a couple of weeks ago is that this Uranus return, which it means that in terms of Uranus, Uranus is now exactly opposite where it was when you were born. So at about 42, 43, we go through this change where everything that we were doing sort of turns on its head. And we started talking about how this relates to hormones and the idea that at 43, and for those of us who work in menopause, we know that around 42, 43 is the time at which our reproductive system starts that shutdown, possibly even before we know it. And we start into perimenopause often in a non-detectable way, but it's turning ourselves upside down the same way that this Uranus return is influencing us from the universe. And so it's a really interesting perspective that we have to deal with both of these things sort of compounding. And I've always talked about it as being the time at which we're allowed to take ourselves as women out of the idea that our whole life is made for everyone else but ourselves. And then we get this opportunity to take ourselves and put ourselves into the middle of our own lives, which is really, really fascinating, because the fact that these two things happen one on top of the other is a pretty significant coincidence to my way of thinking. And if coincidences can be significant, or if that makes them not coincidences, for a little bit of thought around the words. So here, what I'm hearing and saying is that here we are with two influences, our own body and this return of a planet, or this planet hitting the opposite side of our chart at that point, allows us to change what we're thinking about and doing. Does that make sense, Anita?
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I think it's more than a coincidence. I think it's just we're learning it now. We're just learning that's what happens.